Please rise for the flag salute.
Turn on your microphone.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Councilor Sarnosky. Councilor Smalling.
Here.
Councilor Hamilton.
Here.
Council President Whitaker.
Here.
Councilor Woods.
Here.
Councilor Daigle.
Present.
And Mayor Sumner.
Here. Any media present? Anyone wishing to speak before City Council today on any subject matter will need to fill out a speaker form and turn it into the recorder. Forms are available on the sign-in table in the back of the room. Please turn cell phones off or silence them during the meeting. And thank you very much for so many people attending. Appreciate it. Announcement for Zoom attendees. If you're joining today's meeting via Zoom, you will automatically be muted upon entry, and you'll need to identify yourself if your full name is not already attached to the device being used. You will be unable to unmute yourself. Public comments will only be taken if prior notification was given to the city reporter. Public comment. The purpose of this public comment period is to allow citizens to present information or raise issues regarding agenda items only. There will be a time at the end of the meeting for citizens to speak about off-agenda items. A time limit of 3 minutes per citizen shall apply. All citizens must come up to the microphone. The council appreciates the time taken by the public to provide comments and desires to hear your thoughts and concerns. However, to be able to run our meeting efficiently and to protect the rights of all involved, the city needs to utilize this time as a period of receiving rather than providing information. Thank you for your understanding. So we have two at this point. Can I start with Sharon Elliott?
Well, last month, a gentleman approached the council and suggested that we were losing a lot of money not having a marijuana dispensary. And I would like to echo that, but he was talking more in terms of recreational, and I'd like to say that we also need it for medicinal reasons. My husband has 3 forms of arthritis. He has kidney failure, and if he couldn't have be able to smoke some pot, he would be really, really uncomfortable. Now, I don't tolerate it well in the daytime, but it is a great sleeping aid. And I don't see why we have to drive all the way to Roseburg when we could have a dispensary here. Our population will support one dispensary. We can have it away from the schools and get some more tax money.
Thank you. Next one is Brett Brooks.
Good morning, Mayor, council members, and staff. Before I begin, I'd like to thank all of you for your service to the community. Public service is not always easy, especially when opinions are strong and criticism is loud. Theodore Roosevelt once said that credit belongs to the man who is in the arena or woman who is in the arena. Whether we agree on every issue or not, I appreciate those willing to step in the arena for Sutherland, so thank you. At my last appearance before the council, I discussed the potential economic benefits that licensed cannabis business could bring to our city. The voters chose to prohibit cannabis back in 2016, and that decision should be respected. But 10 years have passed. New residents have moved here, our community has evolved, and I believe that the people of Sutherland deserve the opportunity to decide whether that policy still reflects their wishes. I'm not asking for the council to approve dispensaries today. I'm asking that the council trust the voters and place the question before them on the November ballot. Specifically, I respectfully request that the council direct staff and the city attorney to prepare the ordinance, ballot title, and referral documents necessary to place the measure before the voters, and to take any additional steps required to meet election deadlines. If the voters continue to choose prohibition, that decision should be respected. If they choose a different path, that decision should be respected. What matters most is that the people of Sutherland have the opportunity to make the choice for themselves. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Any other public comments for on agenda? Did you fill out a speaker form?
I forgot to, if you need me to, I can.
Okay, if you can, and come on up and then we'll have you fill out the speaker form after.
Hello, council. My name's Sean New, born and raised from this town, and I just want to add to his topic. I was a 6-year-old kid when my stepfather got pancreatic cancer. He couldn't eat. He went weeks without eating sometimes, and I don't know how he survived. But my mom made him eat edibles, and he lived 2.5 years with stage 4 cancer. And I really believe medicinal marijuana, for the right purposes, would be a good tax revenue for the city. That could also help with the safety fee. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. And there's a form, either Bo here has a form or there's one in the back. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. Under the consent agenda, May 11th, 2026, City Council minutes. And OLCC recommendation form and OLCC recommendation form for the office and MD Hillian. Do I have a motion?
I have a question. I have questions, so do we want to separate?
We want to have
those?
the motions first for the
Okay.
consent agenda and then we can do discussion.
I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda. A second.
We have a motion and a second. Did that one?
Aye.
All right, any discussion?
I'm wondering what the office plans, what if I don't get what they're, because they already have one?
So I can address that and explain why it's on the consent agenda if you'd like. So going forward, we've moved the OLCC recommendation forms to the consent agenda. In my research, I found that in rare circumstances, when a city denied guidance to the OLCC for this, the OLCC still issued the license, and that's for all around Oregon. Some cities have removed this process from council entirely because it's largely ceremonial. However, we believe it remains a valuable opportunity to inform the council and public about changes in the new business coming to town. When it comes to the office, they have new ownership, and so that's
Okay,
why
that was marked on there, so that's why I have a question. I didn't,
it says new license application.
but that's.
Oh,
what
change
confused-
for ownership.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And then on the second one, is that the same thing? Because
Change of
they,
ownership. Yeah.
okay, because that wasn't, to me, it wasn't clear on there that that's why.
Gotcha.
And I'd always been told to, if there was questions, you had to remove it from the consent.
Mm.
So that's why I asked.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? Let's vote.
Councilor Smalley.
Aye.
Councilor Hamilton.
Aye.
Council President Whitaker.
Aye.
Councilor Woods.
Aye.
Councilor Daigle.
Aye.
Mayor Sumner.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Under council business, resolution 2026.09, appropriations transfer, staff report.
Mayor, councilors, Tammy Trowbridge, Finance Director. We have resolution 2026.09, which is an appropriations transfer for the current year budget. We're asking that you consider approving this resolution to adopt it for the appropriations transfer from contingency to city attorney for unforeseen legal advice needs this year. ORS 2944632 permits local jurisdictions to increase total expenditures of a fund or an object classification by transferring appropriation authority from one classification to another. It's a common situation in which appropriations are transferred from one category to another within a fund when a specific need is identified for money that was budgeted and appropriated as operating contingency. It also requires the adoption of a resolution or ordinance to authorize this transfer. The amount to be transferred from contingency by resolution is limited to 15% of the total appropriations in the fund and would be in compliance with Oregon budget law. Due to unforeseen events at the time of adoption, fiscal year 25-26 budget requires this following transfer of $12,000 from contingency to attorney fees. This is a small amount, and there being no other changes to this fund, a supplemental budget notice and process was not required. This resolution is necessary because of the additional legal advice needed for the public safety ballot measure, as well as legal services related to the use of police department cameras. And the fiscal impact is $12,000, and your options are to either adopt resolution 2026.09 as presented or not to adopt it. Suggested motion is to adopt it to adjust appropriations.
Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve resolution 2026.9 appropriation transfer.
Second.
I have a motion by Whitaker and a second by Hamilton.
Any discussion? Vote.
Counselor Smalling.
Aye.
Counselor Hamilton.
Aye.
Council President Whitaker.
Aye.
Counselor Woods.
Aye.
Counselor Daigle.
Aye.
Mayor Sona.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
On the public hearing, state revenue sharing, staff report.
Mayor and councilors, you're going to tired of hearing my name probably by the time we're done here today. This is a public hearing for resolution 2026.10 for interested parties to speak regarding the city's election to receive state shared revenues for fiscal year 2026-27. Now, there are two resolutions connected to us receiving these revenues. First, we do this, the election to receive the state revenues, and then the next one actually certifies the services that we provide. So, and this is the second of two public hearings that are required for this process. Cities and counties that levy property taxes are eligible for periodic distributions from monies raised from the state taxes on motor vehicle fuels, tobacco products, and alcoholic beverages. These distributions from the state of Oregon are based on formula established by the state, and the rules governing these distributions are part of Oregon revised statutes. For fiscal year 26-27, these revenues are projected to be $85,000. And your option after the public hearing is to either adopt this resolution, the election to receive the state revenues, or not to adopt the resolution to receive state revenues. And since this is $85,000 in our budget, the suggested motion is to, after considering any public comment, move to approve resolution 2026.10, the election to receive the state revenues for the coming fiscal year.
At this point, I would like to open public hearing and ask if there's any public comment.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Jerry Mabry, and I'm representing the skate park up on the hill here, Timber Valley. And we would like to make a request. It's probably to the police chief with y'all's approval, is that some of our folks would like to run their golf carts down.
This is just for the budget.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Can I get some money while I'm here? Exactly.
Sorry about that. That's okay, no problem. Any public comment on budget? Then at this point, I'm gonna close the public hearing. And move to a motion for resolution number 2026.10, election to receive state revenue sharing.
A motion to approve resolution 2026.10.
Second.
I have a motion by Hamilton and a second by Woods.
Any discussion? Let's vote.
Counselor Smalley,
Aye.
Counselor Hamilton,
I,
Council President Whitaker,
Aye.
Counselor Woods,
Aye.
Counselor Daigle,
Aye.
Mayor Sumner.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Under resolution number 2026.11, certifying city services, staff report. Again,
Mayor and councilors, so this is the second part of that process for receiving state revenue sharing. Counties and cities that levy property taxes are eligible for periodic distributions from monies raised from state taxes. Again, these distributions from the state are based on formulas that consider population, property taxes per capita, and income per capita. Before a city can share in this money, the governing body must hold at least 2 public hearings, publish the notice, and adopt a resolution or ordinance in which they elect to do so. At these hearings, citizens must be given the opportunity to provide written or oral comment on the possible uses of the money. One of the hearings is held by the Budget Committee, which we did last month, and the other is held by you folks, which we are doing today. For the current fiscal year, those revenues are projected to be down from the prior years, budgeting for $85,000 this year. And for the city to receive a proportionate share of these revenues, we must provide at least 4 of the following 7 services. And those services are police protection, fire protection, street construction, maintenance and lighting, sanitary sewer, storm sewers, planning, zoning and subdivision control, and 1 or more utility services. And we actually provide all 7. So this resolution 2026.11 is certifying that we provide those 7 services. And I recommend that you approve the resolution 2026.11.
do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2026.11, certifying the city services for purposes of receiving state revenue sharing funds. Second.
I have a motion by Woods and a second by Hamilton.
Any discussion? Vote.
Counselor Smalley.
Aye.
Counselor Hamilton,
I,
Council President Whitaker.
Aye.
Counselor Woods,
Aye.
Counselor Daigle,
Aye.
Mayor Sumner.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Under public hearing, adoption of 2026-2027 city budget, staff report.
Mayor and councilors, this is the public hearing for resolution 2026.12 for interested parties to speak regarding the approved budget for the fiscal year 26-27. After the hearing, council is being asked to consider approving resolution 2026.12 to adopt the approved budget and make appropriations and levy property taxes for the upcoming fiscal year.
At this point, I would like to open the public hearing and ask if there's any public comment for the city budget. And I'll close the public hearing and move on to resolution 2026.12, adoption of the 2026-2027 city budget. I have a motion for resolution 2026.12, adoption of the 2025-2026 police budget.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2026.12.
Second.
I'll second.
Prior to that, does anyone have an actual conflict of interest that they need to disclose?
Yes, I probably have a conflict of interest with that. Thank you, Phil.
You're welcome.
Okay, do I have another second?
I'll second.
So I have a motion from Smalley and a second by Whitaker.
Any discussion? Let's vote.
Counselor Smalley.
Aye.
Counselor Hamilton,
I,
Council President Whitaker.
Aye.
Counselor Daigle,
Aye.
Mayor Sumner.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Under resolution 2026.12, adoption of the 2026-27 remaining city budget. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve 2612 with the remaining city budget.
Second.
I have a motion by Hamilton and a second by Smalling.
Any discussion? Let's vote.
Counselor Smalling.
Aye.
Counselor Hamilton.
Aye.
Council President Whitaker.
Aye.
Counselor Woods.
Aye.
Counselor Daigle.
Aye.
Mayor Summer.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, adoption of resolution 2026.12. We have this on the place.
Should be on.
Okay. 2026.13, accepting the abstract of votes.
Actually, that encompasses all of it together.
Oh, okay. Adoption of resolution 2026.12, adoption of 2026-2027 city budget. Now, can she vote on this?
I don't remember the answer.
Claim just in case.
Chad, can you advise if Councilor Woods can vote on the adoption of the entire city budget?
Yeah, so good
You're on
good morning. So used to evenings. Good morning, Council. Chad Jacobs from the City Attorney's
We can't
Office.
hear you.
You can't hear me? All right.
You can give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Thank you. Yes, okay. Okay. Do I have a motion?
It works good.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2026.12. The approval of the budget. As a whole, yes.
I'll second.
So, Mayor, can you hear me now?
Okay.
I have a motion by Woods and a second by Smalling.
Any discussion?
Can you all hear me now?
Let's vote.
Counselor Smalling.
Aye.
Counselor Hamilton.
Aye.
Council President Whitaker.
Aye.
Counselor Woods. Counselor Daigle.
Aye.
Mayor Summer.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Resolution 2026.13, accepting the abstract of votes, measure 10-213, repeal of public safety fee. Staff report.
The county elections office released the unofficial final results of the May 19th election. The results indicated that a higher percentage of participating voters supported repealing the public safety fee. The next steps in the process are for the city to formally certify the election results and proceed with the repeal of the fee. To streamline this process and maintain a clear and accurate record, the resolution includes language authorizing the city recorder to work with code publishing to remove the public safety fee from the municipal code rather than addressing the change separately. Your options are to approve or not approve the resolution 2026.13, certified the abstract of votes for measure 10-213 and directing implementation of the approved initiative. The suggested motion is to approve resolution 2026.13, certifying the abstract of votes for measure 10-213 and directing implementation of the approved initiative.
Do I have a motion?
I move that we approve resolution 2026.13.
Second.
A motion by Whitaker and a second by Hamilton.
Any discussion? So if these are unofficial, why are we doing it when they're unofficial?
Because they're not official until we certify them, I believe. The city certifies saying them.
And then they're official?
Yeah, they'll turn it into the elections.
Let's vote.
Councilor Smalling.
Aye.
Councilor Hamilton.
Aye.
Council President Whitaker.
Aye.
Councilor Woods.
Aye.
Councilor Daigle.
Aye.
Mayor Summer.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Sewer collection system cleaning and inspection service contract, staff report.
Mayor, Council, Aaron Swan, Public Works. So we're bringing to you this approval for a contract between us and the ARCK company, and they're gonna, if you guys approve it, they're gonna camera and clean some portions of our sewer mains. The biggest piece of that is from the freeway out to the plant. And that's been about 20 years since that's been inspected, and we feel like we might be getting some inflow and infiltration in through that segment, so we think it's important. There's also another piece on Calapooya that we think we might be getting some infiltration in through. And so, yeah, we're asking you to approve this contract for the amount of $147,921, just so we can get this looked at and make sure we're not having problems there.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second,
I'll second.
any discussion?
I have a question. Did we get multiple quotes for this particular type of services?
Yeah.
And this was the best one.
We went through an informal bid process, and we have 3 people that submitted. This was by far the lowest.
Is it something we could put off for a year or two if need be?
I mean, yeah, if we didn't have money in the budget but the other thing to think about is that we got a grant for $180,000 for our sewer system master plan, and $100,000 of that's forgivable, and we can use a large portion of that to go to this as well. So it's not a grant, it's a forgivable loan. You were
Also, we had budgeted for this in the year, the current year, so the funds are available to do this.
so yeah, and it has been 20 years. And also the DEQ requires that we camera and or fix a certain amount of dollar amount every year for our system. So we're staying in compliance with them. We're trying to help ourselves out with our big inflow at the plant, and a lot of it's forgivable. So it seems like a lot, I know, just for that, but all these things have just gotten so costly these days. And part of the cost is that's our main trunk. That's our main biggest part of our sewer line. And so there's a lot of flow there. So to camera it effectively, they have to block each manhole and pipe the water, the effluent around so that they can get a good camera. So they have to do that each manhole to manhole. They have to segment that, and it's just costly, and but we feel it's necessary. So
And they just flush twice.
huh?
Can't they just flush
Right. Anyway, the city's asking to approve. The suggested motion would be to approve the contract as presented.
Any other discussion? Let's vote.
Counselor Smalley.
Aye.
Counselor Hamilton.
Aye.
Council President Whitaker.
Aye.
Counselor Woods.
Aye.
Counselor Daigle.
Aye.
Mayor Summer.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Follow up to 5/11/26 public comment cannabis conversation. Like to have a discussion on what the councilor's thoughts are in reference to putting on a ballot, and also whether or not it would be something that would we wanted to require citizens. Do we need like petition, signatures to put it on, or do we just decide to put it on a ballot to see what citizens want, or
Yeah.
do we even want to do that?
I mean, yes, if you guys are wanting it to be on the ballot, we would go through the processes to do that.
I think it's a great idea for some added income for the city, and I don't think driving 12 miles is gonna, hurt. That's good, better for us to have it in town, I think. My opinion, but we better put it on the ballot, I'll tell you that.
Well, I think so too, because it was voted on by the citizens to stop it, so it would need to be, I agree, it needs to be voted on by the citizens.
That actually happened 2 times. where it was discussed and we voted no. It wasn't legal back then,
Right.
so I think we've come to a time in this day and age where it needs to explore it and put it to the people.
What does it cost to put it on the ballot?
Well, it's 9,000 for the last one, wasn't it?
And it's a little more for a November ballot, correct?
Yes.
So what is the cost?
I believe the county elections office said it would be around 13,000 for the November one. It's more expensive.
The one we just did was 9,000.
Was there a process to do that before, like get signatures before putting it on the ballot? To put it to the people saying, hey, do we want it on the ballot? So that we don't spend the money unless we need to have it on the ballot?
I would have to look into the exact process, but I believe that you do petition first, yeah.
Seems like lots changed in the last 10 years. My guess would be it would apply, but us.
Well, my vote would still be no to have it. I don't want a dispensary in our city. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, and that's what why we're gonna have them vote, because
I agree. People should still
the other
vote.
two times, I think we did once or twice that we voted on it, it was a clear no. But like I said, it's, been approved
And
now.
it depends who shows up to vote too.
Yeah,
How many votes do we have for the safety fee, like 2,000 or something? 3,000 has 10,000 people, so people won't show up and vote.
Yeah.
It's hard.
So is it required to get signatures to put it on the ballot?
No.
If we
No.
decide to?
No.
I think we should put it on the ballot.
I agree.
I agree. Did you have something you wanted to say?
Thanks. So the question, do they have to, do we have to come back at a meeting later and they have to vote to put it on the ballot?
Yeah, I think we have to go through that process. We set it up as a discussion only.
Chad said yes.
he's shaking his head.
I knew the answer, I just wanted to say. I didn't know the
Nice.
answer.
Okay, so I think let's put it on the agenda to vote through council to put it on the ballot in November. On to reports.
Mayor, Council, Aaron Swan, Public Works. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about something that we were originally going to try to bring to you today, another contract or a purchase for our water meters. We decided to postpone it for a few weeks because we had some little bit of housekeeping to do and clean up on that, but it's a big purchase and I didn't want to just throw it at you all and expect you to vote on it without being able to think about it. So you've been here and we've done some pilot studies and you've been a part of that with our water meters. And we've kind of reached a point where we're ready to pull the trigger and make a decision on this thing. We decided to go with Camstrup meters, and it's about a $1.88 million purchase over 3 years. And our water meters are getting old. Our last main big city purchase was in the late 90s. It was a AMR system. That system no longer is viable or functional really for the most part. And so we've been having these meter reader guys read them manually, and you've seen the scooters, I'm sure, and all that. So we've put off this big purchase for probably 6 or 7 years now by using these manual readers. The level of service that we're getting from them has gone down. Their prices continue to climb every year, and to the point where it's kind of become untenable. I don't like paying those guys anymore. They don't provide what we signed up for. And so here we are at this point. There's some really good things about this Camstrup meter that we like. It provides leak detection on both sides of the meter. So If we have small leaks or medium-sized leaks that aren't surfacing in the city, we can save the water that way. It sends the information right to City Hall. We don't have a read process other than what it does automatically. And so if a customer's having a leak, it alerts the office staff immediately. So we have better customer service. They don't say, well, why didn't you tell us 28 days ago, and save me some money. So those things will happen not instantaneously, but in real time. Anyhow, staff really feels like we've reached that point. We've interviewed 6 different companies. We've had one full pilot. We had another pilot scheduled that they couldn't get their meters. They had a manufacturing problem. And so here we are. And I just wanted to give you that report to let you know this is coming in a couple of weeks. And you're welcome to ask any questions right now. But if you have any questions between now and 22nd or whatever that next meeting is, you can call my office or my phone and we can discuss those things. Anyway.
And there'll be much more detail behind the staff report that comes to you on that council meeting on the 22nd, explaining the process that we've gone through, how it's going to lend to water conservation and over the long run, save costs and be more efficient. The different meters and equipment that we've used, I mean, we've got a full range of things that we have tried over the last 3 years and have finally come to realize that this is probably the best fit, the best equipment for our processes and our system. And so it's been a long time. I know that Aaron is like, we are so over this. We've gone to multiple different locations. We've interviewed different resources and people who actually have these different systems. And so you'll see all of that information in the staff report. And as Aaron says, hopefully you will be asking questions about what the information you're getting.
And so addressing the other meeting, we would like to try and meet, I don't know if we got a specific date yet. So for the second phase of seismic, they were trying to move forward with that instead of prolong it to the next meeting. So we would like to hold a 22nd or 29th meeting, depending on how they reply, if the council would be willing to do that.
And if you look at the calendar, there's just a lot of Mondays in June, and so it would be a while before we could meet again in July, so that's why. So
Seismic will not be ready for the 22nd. I have heard that much.
Well, the 29th.
Potentially the 29th.
Oh, I like 22nd better.
Yeah.
I have a quick question, Aaron.
Absolutely.
How much do we have to pay these people to run around and read these things?
I think we're at how much a month now, Tammy?
Very close to $5,000 a month for them to run around and read the system. And to reiterate what Aaron said, the level of their service has gotten less. So there's over 100 meters at the end of their read that were unreadable, or we can't trust what they've done, and we have to send people out to get duplicate rereads to establish. So there's a lot of staff time still going to this.
Any other reports? And on the city manager report.
Oh, thank you. Council, can you hear me?
Is it on? I think the switch on.
It never works when I want. Hello. What?
That's be right.
I have to be right in front of it.
You have to eat the mic.
I got 2 of them. I really have nothing other than it's really nice to see everyone here. Sorry. Other than it's really nice to see everyone here. People say 10 o'clock meeting, nobody's gonna come to your meeting when actually it looks like other people, will come to the meeting. And I hated to see regarding the public safety fee vote, I hated to see that our community was divided. I hated to see that there were arguments, that people were heated by it. And I just wanted to tell everybody that we're gonna be okay. You know, we may get, you know, we're gonna have to tighten our belts, and, you know, I've asked our fire department and our police department to figure out their needs versus their wants. And, you know, it's gonna be hard, but we'll figure it out. There's no reason to argue with someone in our community about a subject that we're gonna be okay about. That being said, you know, we have an election coming up in November and people have already started running. You know, I guess I would love to see people be positive about it. I would love to, you know, have positive and open discussions. Not me personally, because I'm not running, but, you know, I would hate to see people in our community once again, be divided about a subject. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. On to council comments. Remember, monthly meeting time is limited. Please ask questions or make statements that are likely to benefit the group. Individual comments and questions that can be handled on a one-on-one basis should be handled outside the meeting. Counselor Smalley.
Well, I'm not really a big fan of what our city manager is saying. Positive and meaningful in-person discussions at meetings, you know. My shop's downtown, everybody knows where it's at. If you have questions or concerns, come talk to me. I hate to see the Facebook stuff. It's garbage, you know, it's not real. The AI stuff, you know, if we're gonna vote for a mayor or a councilor, you should get some real information and do it in person, so.
Counselor Hamilton.
I have to agree with that also, because a lot of times they have mixed information and a lot of stuff that's put out wrongly. And yeah, I just hope that everybody come talk to one of us. So that's all I have.
Council President Whitaker.
I don't have anything this time.
Councilor Woods.
I'd like to know what Smalley and Hamilton said. Seeing the just the real negative talk on Facebook is very hurtful. Because as public servants, we're up here to serve the community, not to be attacked by the community, and it can be very hurtful on both sides. So just, I think, keeping positive conversations, because we can disagree on a subject, but at the end of the day, we all live in the same community, and that's why we serve, is because we live here, and we want to just make our community better than possible. So that's what I have with that. And then also I want to congratulate all our graduates. I guess graduation, like right now or just yesterday, Friday. So congratulations to all of our grads. Look forward to seeing the wonderful things that they're going to be doing in the future, because we have some amazing teachers that are teaching them, and they're going to be doing some great things. And also to fathers for Father's Day. Happy Father's Day coming up in a couple weeks. So happy Father's Day.
Councilor Daigle.
Well, I agree with our positive comments. And the only thing I'd like to add, which is along with this, is that, you know, all of us on the council, we're actually elected volunteers because we don't get paid for doing this. And we do it because we care about our community, and pretty much all of us got involved because we want to participate with our community and help with it. And I've seen some comments where they commented how we had maybe some personal gain. Well, I assure you, there is no personal gain on this council. Anyhow, that's all.
Thanks to everybody up here. I appreciate all of your dedication and volunteer and time and effort, because definitely it is all volunteer. We don't gain anything, and it is hurtful for some of the stuff on Facebook. Because I do this because I like to volunteer my time to the community and to make it better. So I do second everybody's thoughts about getting information from us directly as opposed to Facebook. I try to add things on my mayor page that's truthful. I try not to spread negative comments on there, but I do see a lot of it, and so I hope through this political time we're gonna be going through the next 6 months that it stays somewhat positive and that we can work together while we go through it. And yes, congratulations to all the graduates and happy Father's Day. So that's all I have. And our last part is public comment. So the purpose of public comment is to allow citizens to present information regarding items off the agenda, time limit of 3 minutes per citizen. And so we're gonna go ahead and start with Jerry. You're finally out.
Get some money.
Yeah, you tightwads wouldn't give me any money, so I'll bear the real reason I'm here. I'm representing the older folks up on the hill, and you guys have to remember, because we're older, we're much wiser than you are. Okay, it's really simple. We're allowed to run our golf carts down to the gas station and fill them up down here. And we would like to be able to extend that down to the park. There's quite a few people that have trouble walking, our older group. And so if they could ride their golf carts down, they wouldn't have to park far from the park or come to eat down here. And it would make it a lot easier for them. And that's basically what we're asking for. And is the police chief here?
Yes.
Is he? Is it the big guy back there? Listen, I promise, if you approve this, we will not throw out any empty beer cans. And we will not let Sharon drive if she's been token on that happy grass. Thank you.
Worth the wait.
So that was brought up in the talk when I did do an update for the skate park. And so I think that's something that we can maybe have the police chief and city council discuss at a later date to see what maybe we can work on. And further discussion. Do you want to put that on the agenda for next month?
Roy, what works for you as far as when it's on the agenda? And it's all up to you guys, whatever you want me to do. You guys.
29.
So you'll see three fights off. What we ain't talking about. Yeah.
Gonna do it for 29.
Right.
It's good.
Yeah, in June. In June. Yes. Yeah. Any other off agenda public comments? At this point, we're going to be taking a recess to executive session under ORS 192.6602D to conduct deliberations on labor negotiations. We will be meeting for executive session called under 192.6602D to conduct deliberations on labor negotiations. Representatives of the news media and designated staff shall be allowed to attend the executive session. All other members of the audience are asked to leave the room. We will allow 5 minutes for the room to clear. City Council will reconvene in open session following the executive session. At that time, members of the audience are welcome to return if they choose. The remainder of council meeting. Can we say that again? Oh, we are now returning from executive session and will resume the remainder of the council meeting. Council business. AFSCME contract, staff report. Finance director.
Do I have it? Mayor, sorry, councilors, Tammy Trowbridge, Finance Director. You have been part of an executive session where you were able to talk to the attorney about the AFSCME contract that was recently negotiated. We have a tentative agreement on that with the union. It's actually been ratified by their members, and then one step is required, and that is to be ratified by the council. And so if you have any questions, feel free to ask, but obviously your options are to approve, ratify the contract, or not to ratify the contract and recommend that we go back into negotiation. And the suggested motion is that you ratify contract.
Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the contract as presented.
Second?
I'll second it.
I have a motion by Whitaker and a second by Woods.
Any discussion? Vote.
Counselor Smalley,
Aye.
Counselor Hamilton,
Specifically, yes, I.
Council President Whitaker,
Aye.
Counselor Woods,
Aye.
Counselor Daigle, Mayor Sumner,
Aye.
motion carries.
Okay. But meeting is adjourned.